What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? What is going on? It's your boy Dave from Top Bunk Sports. I got my guy Randy Talks Mets, and welcome to episode 7 of Mets on Top, a very special edition, a winter's meeting edition at that.
Yes.
One of the winter meetings. Randy, how we
Yo,
doing? How we doing?
bro, we doing good. We doing good. The winter meetings this is the start of the winter meetings. This is a big time for the baseball season. Hopefully the Mets make some moves and we get some action. But we're hearing a lot of stuff about the Mets, and we'll definitely get into that.
Absolutely. Before we have a couple special Queens baseball guests. But before we get to the guests, let's look at the comments. In Spanish, we say "Ya ellos están jodiendo" because that's what I'm seeing in the group chat and the comments as we talk. Mez is in the building. He says, "Yo, He says, "Yo, que lo que?" The Pope in the building. He says, "Mez, 2 minutes. You know why?" He says, "What we doing with the Mets getting?" He says, "Who's the ace? Who's the center fielder? Who's third?" And then they say, "Randy, 2 minutes." Chris is in the building. He says 2 minutes, Mez. Okay, bro. But don't forget, GM.
Oh my God.
Laughing it up a storm. Again, here's Mez being mad and patient, talking about Randy Eaton, trying to diss us, comparing us to Wardy. We're not even at Wardy. Wow.
Crazy.
Mez already leaving. De que Chris with his impatient ass, de que por fin, coño. The winter meetings is as cold as it is outside. That's fact. Maya is in the building. Appreciate you. He says, "Let's sign Michael King and Kyle Schwarber." We will get to that.
Oh my God.
But let's bring up the first Queens baseball guest that is in here. He's obviously on time. He didn't want to waste no time, unlike the other ones that are supposed to be here. But they have the link and all that, and they still don't want to join yet. So let's bring him up here. My guy, Odd Villain. ¿Qué lo que, Odd?
What's good, baby? Let's talk shit. Let's talk deals that are not gonna happen, son.
Right.
Let's talk deals that are not gonna happen.
What was the shit today? Critical thinking, bro. That's the phrase of the day. Hashtag critical thinking. Where's Flip?
Hashtag.
Flip. I don't know what Flip is doing. Flip out here probably trying to
Flip. I swear, Flip be like saying, "Oh, I'm gonna be there," and
he's looking for Randy, bro.
Look at your bro.
Either that, or I think Flip is just he's trying to take a break from all this Louis Bob and Bunk.
Nah, I need a minute for that talk, bro. We let's debate that topic, son.
Oh my God,
it'd be a perfect.
We gotta debate that topipic, son.
He's running from the smoke, man. He don't like the fact that I debunked his Louis Bob combo.
It's it is what it is, bro. I made my point on that matter already. Be like. Only way I'm okay with Luis Robert on this team is if that means you went and got Pete. That means you went and got somebody else. Preferably a left-handed bat, and you short up the top of the rotation, bro. You got a 1 and a 2. Okay. If you do that, I'm straight with a motherfucking Louis Bob, bro.
Absolutely. I mean, listen,
that's my pedigree.
I said it in the space earlier. Shout out to the Pope. If you don't follow everybody on Queens baseball for these magical spaces, I don't know.
Then you're missing out because we're the Wu-Tang of Mets Twitter, bro. Stop playing.
Talk about it. We spoke about a scenario where the Mets could either it's not, it's just hypotheticals, but we spoke about what the possibilities were if the Mets were to go out and get a Byron Buxton or a Luis Robert Jr., which one you would prefer. Now, I would prefer a Byron Buxton. Now, I know people are like, wait a minute, Top, you were just trying to denounce that like a week ago. Here's the thing. We were talking about who would you prefer between the two. Now,
the choice should be obvious, bro.
Byron Buxton, because Byron Buxton gives you more production compared to Luis Roberts Jr. And the thing is, I don't need it doesn't take me to go on MLB Network and watch the games. Just look at his stats. His stats speak for itself compared to the guy. So I understand that Byron Buxton within a trade situation would cost more. But then again, I don't think the Mets are in a position where they can say, nah, we got to hold back. What have you done as an organization to be like, yo, we got to hold back? No, if you got to go get. If your only option today was Joe Ryan and it said, yo, you got to take a Byron Buxton, I'm going to do it if my other options aren't there. Now, if you're talking about going to get a Freddie Peralta, then it's a different story.
Oh, yeah.
Well, again, there hasn't been anything to where we can honestly say the Mets are looking into Freddie Peralta. The only thing that has been out there is a Joe Ryan. That was with the Tona Tongue situation.
Also the Michael King has been out there as well.
Yeah, that's been catching steam like the past few hours, right? That's another one.
I mean, I think Michael King, that's a guy that I think the Mets are interested in. I think
that's a great number 2.
6-year deal, 7-year deal, 5-year deal. I mean, I don't know how long it's going to take. Maybe a 3-year deal around there for Michael King.
3-year deal, bro. 3-year deal.
I'm gonna see 3-year, 4-year deal for Michael King. I don't know what if he wants a 6-year deal, 7-year deal, 5-year deal. I don't know if Stearns is going to be willing to give him that deal.
And I also think he's a little bit more reasonable than a guy like Framber Valdez in his camp right now, bro. Because they all seem a little bit more desperate than a guy like, than a dude like Michael King. And you mentioned before in terms of Luis Robert and the Buxton thing, Buxton costs more because he's worth more. Period.
Yeah,
you get what you pay for.
Yeah. Exactly.
That should be that should be the case. You know what I'm saying? But hypotheticals is hypotheticals.
Yeah. I hope that they would go for the Sandman. You know, as Elvin just said, the Sandy Alcantara. I think Sandy Alcantara is a big name pitcher. He's a guy that you should go for. If he's available, you should go for him.
Well, he's available. They announced it.
Today, Jim Duquette talked about a trade, you know, on Hot Stove, and he said that maybe they could start with a Brandon Sproat, a Jet Williams, and a Ryan Lambert.
I don't think he's going to cost that much, bro. I don't think Ryan. I don't even with the in division tax. I think it would start with a dude like. I think a guy like a couple of years, Randy, Johnny Santucci and Ronnie Mauricio plus something else, bro. Like I don't think Sandy's going to demand that much in a trade. Yeah, you can talk to me about the in-division tax and all that shit. It's the same reason I don't want Mackenzie Gore. Yeah. But I don't know. I do feel like the Marlins would be more willing to trade with the Mets than the Nationals would. That's just a whole weird situation over there with that franchise. Whereas the Marlins, there's a little bit more coherent leadership, and they've traded with the NL East in the past. That's the only reason I would probably say that's a go. Edward Cabrera is apparently another name to look out for.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I feel about him. In a trade, you would have to give up a lot more for a dude like that.
Yeah, because he has another year of control, I believe, on top of what he already top of what Sandy has.
Let me ask you a question. If the Marlins called you right now and said, "We'll give you Sandy Alcantara, but we want either Brandon Sproat or a Jonathan," you going down that route?
No.
Really?
No.
I absolutely agree. I think Sandy's good, but I don't think he's good enough to be like, I'm one of my top.
You can maybe convince me at the trade deadline if he's cooking.
You wouldn't give up a Brandon Sproat for Sandy?
No way. No.
Especially because he actually showed potential last year when he was in the rotation. He wasn't.
He's not a slouch, bro.
He's not.
I like what Brandon Sproat has shown us. I just know that Sandy. I mean, you're getting a number 2 or. You know, could be a number 1, and like that's the thing. I
still think that Sandy has a lot to prove to us. Still,
you think he still has more to prove to us?
I do, because even though he had a hell of a finish to the season, and all thanks to this fucking team, but he had. The deeper numbers say more, and I don't have them at my disposal right now. And I know that he was better than the surface numbers, and ERA is nothing to really go by. So on the surface, it looked like he had a shit season. I just know that the advanced metrics say otherwise. So I'm kind of contradicting myself. I still think it would cost more to get a Cabrera than it would to get a Sandy, and I'm not comfortable giving up Sproat for either one of those two. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying?
But the Mets need pitching.
The Mets need pitching. I totally agree.
For pitching, how are we gonna get this big name if we're not willing to give up?
I think you can be desperate for pitching, but not make desperate moves, though, bro. Because I feel like that is a desperate move. Well, you feel me? I feel like you can't. One thing that I gotta give Stearns, as much as I bash him, he does not do desperate shit. Stearns, for all the fuckery and all the nonsense that he's pulled, he's not going to be had. So especially in division. Bro, the Marlins might compete in a year or two. Next year, they might be a noisy little team. They might be more than just a scrappy little pest of a team. Bro, they might be better than the Nationals next year.
Bueno, I know.
They're talking about spending. Like,
Right.
they're talking about potentially competing. Now, how much of that is cap and how much of that is I don't know, how much of that is facts, how much of that is fiction is to be determined. But like, they sound like they might be serious, B. Hashtag Queens Baseball, baby.
I know somebody that would love to get in this conversation. He just located to the winter meetings right now. He's on the mission of trying to get Louis Bob to the Mets, but also
fuck out of here, man.
he's trying every way not to block me because I was trying to debunk his narrative. And
the Winter Soldier.
He's to Queens, ladies and gentlemen. The master himself, Master Flip. Go look at my guy.
The Winter Meeting Soldier, bro.
Top Randy. Go look at him. We
outside, B. We outside. We inside, but we outside.
We outside. I'm saying, I'm waiting for my man Jeff Passan so we could pass some words because my man still got me blocked. You know what I'm saying? Like
Jeff Passan got you blocked, bro?
Diablo,
we're gonna exchange some words tonight, bro.
Time out. Jeff Passan has you blocked?
Slappy from fucking Goosebumps got me fucking blocked.
On God, bro.
Yes, sir.
Nasty work.
Bro, that's wild. That's wild.
Flip,
what do you think about a Sandy Alcantara trade? Bringing, a Brandon Sproul involving one of those guys in a trade for Sandy Alcantara. Do you think it's gonna take more? Would you even put him in that trade or no?
I don't think it takes, bro. I mean, they like Beatty. You know what I'm saying? Like they like Beatty. They're looking for third baseman. I just think it takes a Beatty and maybe a top 15 guy, like 11 to 15 top prospect. I don't think it takes a Brandon Sproul.
But you don't think in the division they're gonna try to get more?
Santucci, kid.
Yeah, no, the Marlins are trying to contend, bro. And again, they're looking for a third baseman, so it makes sense why they go Brett Beatty type guy. Look, Brett Beatty's stock is off the charts, man. My man rebounded good, but I think a Brett Beatty gets it done. We got the Pope in the casa.
Pope in the casa.
And Papa.
Yes, sir.
Oh man. No, man. Yo, Joe. I feel you. Like
Joe Matero says Sandy full year off surgery should be his best year in a while. Fills up the zone, goes deep into games. Ronnie stays. LOL. Vientos plus Winiger plus Barrow for Sandy.
I think you could take Boston Barrow or Winiger out of that trade
and still get Sandy.
Okay. And still get Sandy.
So you think we could get Sandy for Vientos and Winiger?
I think. Well, okay. Take out Winiger, take out Barrow, add like Santucci and one other like lower level prospect. Right? I don't think Sandy's going to command that much on the trade market.
I view Santucci in a big spot. I think Santucci.
So do I. To be fair, I don't look at him as like
organization. Like he's the only lefty. I don't want to trade him for Sandy.
But it's like you said, bro. It's like you got to give up talent to get talent.
That's what I'm saying. I'll give up Sprout.
Sprout is talent. But Sprout is immediate talent that could help this organization right now. Also, if I'm gonna if in my crazy ass mind, I still think the Mets have two moves, and I think they could theoretically make two big trades. Right? I could be a little delusional, call me a dreamer, call me what you will, but I think they have enough talent on the farm and on the cusp of readiness that they could make like two big trades if they were to be aggressive. Now, I don't think Stearns is going to be that aggressive. I think he's going to hold on to his guns. I think he's not going to be as, but theoretically, they could save that prospect capital for an even bigger trade if they really wanted to. You know what I'm saying? But also, just looking at it, like evaluating the talent, I still don't think he's going to cost that much. He should not cost that much, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Should not. Could? Yes, because the Marlins would want to bend us over any chance they get, bro.
Yeah.
Does he? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I see what you're saying, man. The Mets are going. They're very interested in Kyle Schwarber. We've heard that Pete Alonso is gonna go. He's gonna be there Tuesday in the winter meetings. Do you think that they're really going after Kyle Schwarber? We're gonna start with a Top and then Flip and then Ovi. But I mean, like, Top, what do you think? Do you think they're really going after Kyle Schwarber? They're really pushing for him. What do you think?
No, I think that's just them putting their names in the situation because of who they are. I think they really want Pete back, and I don't think it makes sense in a way to talk about run prevention. And of course, you got a guy in Pete Alonso who is bad defensively, but you're getting away from everything that Pete brings you. And you're bringing in a Kyle Schwarber, who gives you power and probably equals the same amount of power that Pete Alonso gives you, but then in first base you're getting worse defensively. I don't think the Mets want to go that route. I think they rather just stick with Pete Alonso, and stick the course with him, give him what he deserves or close to what he deserves, and not have to go through all that. So I think they're just putting their names in the hat to see what it is. But I think they truly stick with Alonso. And if you look at the report that Anthony DeComo put out, what I basically read off that report was go see what your options are, and then come back to us and see after what we give you compared to those options, what you think is the best fit for you. But we are here, and you are a priority regardless of the other options that are out there.
Go ahead, Flip.
I mean, much like Top said, I think they're just trying to keep themselves in the conversation. I just think that Schwarber, there's a lot of moving pieces with getting in a Schwarber. I mean, if you entertain a Schwarber, what does that leave Vientos? You know what I'm saying? And so I think if you toy around with the idea of moving a Vientos and then the DA spot frees up, then you can say, what I'm saying, like, let's go big on a Schwarber. If Pete goes elsewhere, the only way you could probably keep the fans from revolting is probably getting in a big bat, getting a Schwarber. But I just think that there's too many moving parts and giving that DH spot to a guy like Schwarber early on.
I agree.
Do you think maybe what's attractive to David Stearns and the Mets is the 3-year deal potential for Kyle Schwarber rather than a 4-year or 5-year deal with Pete Alonso?
I mean, 3-year deal for Kyle Schwarber. If you could get him for that, I doubt it. You know what I'm saying?
Also, you think he's going to command more years? I
mean, he should. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kyle Schwarber is what, 150 or something home runs away from 500. Yeah. So he's probably looking for a 4 or 5-year deal.
Wow.
And again, I think for me, the people say the Phillies. If the Phillies don't want to give him that because they feel like it's too much for a DH, that's fine on them because they are a big market team. But if you look at a small market team like the Cincinnati Reds, who just came off the playoffs and need a big bat in that lineup, they're probably willing to give him anything that he's asking for, whether it's an overpay or not for a DH, because again, they need a big bat, especially coming out of the playoffs in that first round, but also because that is a hometown guy and he will draw more than what they're drawing already just by making the playoffs. He is from Ohio, and again, that is a big bat that would make their lineup just a little bit better, not significantly, but just a little bit because of the power that he provides.
I mean, yeah, the smoke is interesting there with the Reds. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, Ovi, what do you think about the Schwarber and also the Pete Alonso going to the winter meetings and basically getting a little desperate here?
You said it. He's getting desperate. His market's not what he thought it was going to be. I have said it from Jump Street. I think that motherfucker's coming back. In terms of the Kyle Schwarber shit, I do still think the Mets are dead ass about that. They're all in. I think, Flip said this before, it's impossible for Stearns to fuck up this offseason. I'm starting to see why that is, bro. Stearns, he's gonna make a big ass move for this offense. He's probably gonna make 2. That was my part. That was my blueprint, at least. He's going to make a big ass offer to Schwarber, and Pete is something's gonna happen where they're gonna shop Pete's gonna shop his offer, and if it's not in line with what the Mets go, they may move from Pete. But I have a feeling Pete's market's not what it is. I don't know that the Red Sox are gonna. The Red Sox might blink at an offer, maybe because I don't believe all in that organization. They're too busy fucking funneling their money to Liverpool to care about the big club that's been making the money for generations. But all in all, I still think they are serious about the Kyle Schwarber offer because they're not trying to play games with this shit again. They're not trying to prolong this the way it went last year. They're trying to make a statement. I think they've made their offer to Pete, and I think they've made their offer to Schwarber. That's
wow. So you already think an offer is already on the table for Kyle Schwarber?
I think so, and I
Wow.
think they're going to negotiate the bureaucracy around that. I think the same applies to Pete, and it's going to be a game of musical chairs, bro. I don't know what the shit looks like. If I had a crystal ball, Walter Mercado shit, they probably gave him like 5 or something, 5 years with like a fucking option or something, some ridiculous shit that he wants that he's probably not going to or doesn't want that he thinks he's not whatever the fuck. But it's gonna be interesting, bro. All in all that word salad to say, I think they made their offer to both.
Wow.
And I think they're dead ass.
I mean, so that involves if both of them say yes, you're having Pete Alonso and Kyle Schwarber on the same team.
Perhaps. Perhaps.
That's a lot, and that's with David Stearns and the DH situation. Do you really think that that's possible to have Pete and Kyle Schwarber on the same team? I'm
gonna elaborate on that. I think the first one to say yes gets the offer, and they have a plan around whatever that is. So if Schwarber signs, I don't think Pete comes in. They're gonna have a plan around whatever that plan is, the Schwarber plan. Whatever Pete does, if he accepts his plan, they're gonna have the Pete plan. But I don't think they're gonna do the fucking Dragon Ball Z fusion dance and have them both on the team. I don't think that's gonna happen. That's a pipe dream. I would love that.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna happen.
If they go the Pete plan, I think what they do is they tell Mark Vientos, listen, I think your power provides more than your defense. See what you could give us within a month in DH. And if you go, even if you don't go off, but you give us at least a sample size, then that could be your DH. Because Mark Vientos still provides something on the offensive side. So unless you put him in a trade.
Well, I was going to say, yeah. Or he'd be a great Marlin, bro. He's from Florida.
That's a different story, right?
Damn, bro.
But if they don't, and they're like, yo, we still see you part of our future, then they have a spot for him because David Stearns just came out about 2 hours ago and said Brett Beatty's going to play majority of third base. So we're talking about a guy who's better defensively at third base that kind of sticks to his run prevention mentality that he's showing. So again, how he's going to pivot is going to be very interesting to see.
So wait, hang on top. David Stern said that. So I know Mendoza said it.
Yeah, I thought it was Mendoza.
Mendoza said that. Yeah.
Mendoza, excuse me.
You know, to be honest, I kind of take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I was about to say there's.
Mendoza. I think he's just trying to be on the same page with my man David Stearns. Because look, if you want to show some confidence in these guys, you want to let teams know that you're comfortable with, plugging these guys in as your everyday third baseman, and so. Kind of a chess move for my man Mendoza. And
it's also because he's going to be at the QBC on Saturday. And if you're going, probably going to get a forced Brett Beatty interaction. So
Beatty's going to be there too.
big up Brett Beatty, bro.
Yeah. Man, I wish David Stearns was going to the QBC so we could have a couple conversations.
I'm glad he's not, because a lot I lot of disgruntled Met fans would have choice words for him.
They canceled FanFest this year.
Yeah,
they canceled FanFest for that reason, bro.
Which is wild.
Top, I think Rube had a comment here. The Buster.
Yes. Said they asked about, because Buster only posted a comment, and he said the perception of some corners of the industry is that Kyle Schwarber might be the first of the superstar position players to make his choice. Orioles among those competing with the Phillies. So
the Orioles are interesting. They seem to be interested in a lot of big name targets. Apparently, they're interested in Framber Valdez. They're interested in Kyle Schwarber. Interested in Pete Alonso, whatever.
I'm interested in Meg the Stallion, bro.
I mean,
it's a shot, bro.
I think when it comes to the Orioles, they need pitching, so I'm not surprised by the pitching targets. Kyle Schwarber, I don't see it. But
I don't either.
I don't either. Wow, Swift said Brett Beatty, 30 home run season loading.
He also said Schwarber
for another team.
Flips intuition coming true.
Ooh.
We still got a couple more hours.
Kyle Schwarber signing tonight?
Tonight.
The Pirates?
Yeah.
If Kyle Schwarber signs the Pirates. Oh, yeah, the Pirates have a 4-year offer for him.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, sure.
4-year offer.
Yeah, 4 years.
For a 4-year offer to go to fucking Pittsburgh.
Yeah, right, bro. I believe it.
I don't think Kyle Schwarber's going to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you say you don't say.
Philadelphia to go to Pittsburgh. Yeah.
I don't think he's going to quit. I definitely don't think he's going to Pittsburgh.
Pipe dreams, man.
Who would want to go to Pittsburgh?
Pipe dreams. Because I don't. It makes no sense to me. It's like, why would you? If that's the case, if you're gonna stay in Pennsylvania, just stay with the team you already know.
Oh God! And if you're gonna go to a mid fucking little market team in some redneck state, just go to the fucking Reds, bro. Just go to the Reds.
That's it, right?
If you're gonna go to some hillbilly team, go to the Reds, bro. They're competing. They need a DH, and aren't you from there? You Ohio fuck.
Just
I mean, the Kyle Schwarber thing to the Reds, I also don't really see that. But,
I don't believe that at all. It's just bullshit. Every fucking year, so there's some shit. Oh, he's from here. He wants to go home. They don't give a fuck about that, bro.
Joe Mateo, get Louis Bob to Queens now.
Oh, now this, bro.
Back or Schwarber. Louis Bob can't be your biggest ad. Flip, I got your back with Louis Bob. Oh boy, bueno, Flip.
Flip.
Let Flip take that one, bro.
I got to jump on the space today, bro. It was like 50
nah, you held your own, bro. You held your own.
I had your back, bro.
I didn't.
Back, bro.
I did not have your back. That shit, I was not fucking with that, bro.
I got bruised from both eyes, bro. The demons were coming at me.
Son,
yo,
that shit was crazy, man. That shit was crazy.
Yo,
I had Black Charles and White Charles coming at me.
Let's not get into the room.
2 minutes. Swift.
2 minutes, Swift. That was crazy.
He said, "Let's hear this." For conversation's sake, like I said, for me, it's
Lord.
But
yo, man. Oh my!
I told you my conditions to get a Luis Robert. The only way you get that motherfucker is if you get Pete, Cody Bellinger, fucking one of or both Freddie and Framber, and then you could talk to me about Luis Robert, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, the Cody Bellinger, that's an interesting one because the New York Mets are interested in him, but he apparently wants to go back to the Yankees. But the Yankees might not have this big crazy offer for Cody Bellinger. So
you can't pay him in food stamps, right?
Can we steal Cody Bellinger from the Yankees? Can we do
yes, we can.
With Soto?
Absolutely.
Anybody that the Yankees desire, we could take. I think that's what Yankee fans
100%.
come to terms, bro. I think they like you forgot what today was. Today they're reminiscing on a day they never thought would happen. So I think because we sent them a lot of message about taking a superstar that was a rental. Let's be real, because he was a rental. They know that we could take anybody from them. All right. Like at any moment, if the Mets wanted to call Cody Bellinger and be like, listen, bro, we're interested. We think you fit with us as within the team. We think you fit within the stadium of Citi Field. We think your numbers will jump in Citi Field. We're very interested. That conversation would happen in a snap. And Cody Bellinger loves playing here.
He wouldn't have to move.
He wouldn't have to move.
But
like
his father wants him to go to the Yankees. Back to the Yankees.
What his father wants, bro. What?
It don't matter what his father says. It matters what the player wants.
Now, bag, son.
Going to the Yankees because he's saying, "Oh, I feel like it's because to make my dad happy." Then that's cool. Hey, more power to you. But
you live for other people, okay?
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's what he wants. So, you know.
Also, isn't he smashing Giancarlo Stanton's ex-girlfriend or some shit? Like, that's mad awkward being on the same team as that.
They probably like that shit. They probably have conversations on the side about
that shit bugged out, right? Like,
yeah,
I wouldn't be on the same team.
But
that shit is mad weird, bro.
They were teammates.
They're more than teammates. They're Eskimo brothers, but we ain't gonna talk about that. It's uncomfortable.
That's hilarious, bro. That is hilarious. But today,
I don't know. I would pitch that if I'm Steve Cohen. Yo, bro, you want to be on the same team as somebody who smashed your wife, bro? Come on.
Says, I want a redneck state. Hashtag Queens Baseball getting canceled.
Yeah, bro. It is what it is.
Yo, I mean, we got. I mean, David Stearns, right? He has to make a trade, right? Like, at some
he has
point,
to make two.
He can't keep Acuna, Mauricio, all these guys just on this team, and Jeff McNeil, Corey Isaac, Kenny. I mean, really, can he keep Jet Williams? All these guys? Can he keep all of these guys? I think
I mean,
at
I don't
some
know.
point, a move is gonna have to be made.
He has to make 2 big trades, period, and then the rest is the rest.
Like
It's that simple.
it's to me, Jeff McNeil gotta go. To me, Jeff McNeil gotta go. Kodai Senga is another one. I know Flip. You like Kodai Senga. You don't want to
So
trade
do I,
him.
bro. I'm not gonna lie. I don't hate Kodai Senga, bro. I don't think he's as much of an albatross as people are making it seem, bro. Like, if you build a good rotation, you can have him as depth in the rotation, bro. Like, he's not the worst.
No, this is what
Can you depend on him though?
The problem with building a rotation, like the problem
Not
with
as a 2 or 3,
is look, how many starters do we have now? We got McLean, Peterson, Manaya, help me out, Senga, who's the 5th?
No, I got you, Clay Holmes.
You know what I'm saying? Clay Holmes. So if you want to bring in 2 starters, you got to move 2. And so Senga, you're not moving Clay Holmes, maybe, right? You're not moving Manaya, definitely. So you figure David Peterson and Senga are the odd man out.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to those 2, I think one of those could go. One of those could go. If the Mets,
they can all fuck off, bro. McLean aside, they can all fuck off.
Yo, I see.
Word.
Like today, the Mets had a video meeting with Michael King. You know, or recently there was a report that they had a video meeting with Michael King. So I think they're very interested in him. But I don't know what's gonna happen with Michael King. I think you need pitching, and Michael King would be perfect for the Mets pitching lab. Perfect.
I mean, they said that about Frankie Smokes, and look how that turned out. So
yeah,
exactly.
You know what I mean? And how much of that is the pitching lab? How much of that is the quality of the player? I would like me. Yo, listen. Out on camera, you heard? You'll see me at the QBC, big homie.
Hipster. Out to you, bro.
But I think, listen, with Michael King, I think it's a fit. But I don't. You can't have Michael King at the top of the rotation and then rely on him as your ace, bro.
I agree.
Which is why I said, if you sign him, you better trade for a Freddie or you better trade for something. You can do that. You can trade, and it's like Rubo. It's like the Pope always says, bro. You have to chew and walk you can chew and walk at the same time, bro. These moves can be made, and if there's moves to be had, there's moves to be made, bro. Stearns, wake the fuck up.
The pursuit,
like Michael King will be a supplemental move. Look, to your point, like, bro, this is the reason why Met fans hate Kodai Senga. Why? Because David Stearns brought in Kodai Senga, and you want to pitch Kodai Senga as your top rotation guy. No, if you get guys around him, you're okay with Kodai Senga being your 4th or 5th. You know what I'm saying? But to your point with Michael King, like, I could deal with a Michael King, but you got to give me something else at top of the rotation.
Oh God, bro, thank you. Like, you can't. Yo, this has been the discourse all through Twitter, bro, and all through these Twitter streets is make McLean your 3, and this rotation is good to go. It's that simple. Now, how you get there is not simple, but that's why they pay you the big bucks. That's why you have the big seat. That's why you're the holistic fucking provider of answers, motherfucker. Figure it out.
Right.
Don't give me no bullshit little project. You know what I mean?
Right. I agree. I mean,
I don't know, bro. This is a guy with a hat.
I think I said the same thing about Ronnie. You could trade Ronnie to Cleveland.
That ain't happening, but I would love that. Would that Ronnie would definitely revitalize and bring so much vitality to the downtown Cleveland area, bro. He could be the next LeBron, theoretically. He could have saved Arizona.
I wish Jose Ramirez was available, because if that was true, I would trade Ronnie like that, because Jose Ramirez.
Whoever you need.
Same thing with Ketel Marte. I would have traded him too.
Stop.
Yeah, I know.
We don't talk about it.
I mean, what's it called?
Sorry, I shed a tear.
He might be a Philly or
no crying in baseball.
Cut that shit out.
Yo,
don't do that.
Oh my God, he better not be a Philly.
Nah, you can't do that.
I can't imagine him as a Philly. I also can't imagine Edwin Diaz in another uniform.
Oh, I can, unfortunately, and I love that dude.
I can see it.
I can't. I
know. No. Hold on, my man. This is why we got to fan correct. You don't want to, but can you? You hear what I'm saying? Don't fan with your feelings, bro.
I can see it.
You can't fan with your feelings.
I don't want to at all.
I don't either. I love Edwin Diaz. You're not gonna get you're not gonna find that again, bro. You're not gonna find that on the open market. Munoz isn't available. There's nothing else left.
Look, either Edwin Diaz signs back or not, the sun is still gonna come up tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So, and when you hear that the Mets are in on, or they spoke to Fairbanks, they're keeping tabs on the other guy, Suarez. Like, bro, like it's 50-50. And Edwin Diaz said himself, it's 50-50. Doesn't come back. It's not the end of the world, bro.
Also, apparently, Ruben said Mets and Yankees among teams expressing interest in Trevor McGill.
Yes.
The brother of Tyler McGill.
Tyler McGill. Okay, whatever.
That is
the better McGill.
Yeah.
That's
sorry, Slow.
I mean, if you could get a Trevor McGill here, first of all, that would have to be a trade.
Put him in a Peralta trade and we could talk.
Yeah.
That's another trade that the Mets could make, but it's how the Mets get better this season. It just seems like it has to be by a trade. Like, I just think it's going to happen with a trade rather than a signing, like a Framber Valdez or one of those guys, because of David Stearns and the fact that he doesn't want to sign big long-term contracts.
I'm gonna know that the Mets got better when I look at the Mets' top prospects in 26, and I don't see Jet Williams on there. I think that's our wild card, Jet Williams.
Jet Williams, yeah, that's an interesting prospect because obviously Brandon Nimmo, we traded Brandon Nimmo. The Mets traded Brandon Nimmo for Marcus Semien, and Marcus Semien plays second base. He's going to be with the organization for at least 3 more years. So, I mean, where does that put Jet Williams? Who
I'll tell you something.
And Marcus Semien plays second base. He's going to be
to the opposite of Flip's point. I'll know we're good if Flip said if we're good if Jet Williams is not in our prospect list. We're cooked if he's starting in the outfield, bro.
Bro, stop.
Okay. So Randy, I'm gonna need you to retire that fucking discourse because if that what you happen.
Wait. I never said I want him to play left field. I said maybe Stearns would put him at left field and put Carson Bench at center. And then that's the young outfielders that he wants to give a chance. Hopefully that is.
I'd rather have fucking Luis Robert if that's the case, bro.
But where's Jet Williams really gonna play?
For another team.
So for another team. That's the only really course unless you're gonna keep him rotting in AAA.
Okay, let him rot in AAA or for another team.
Jeff Peterson, Santucci for Peralta McGill.
Don't you got to add more to that deal?
You should, but I like that trade.
No, what though? That's not that bad. Yeah. It's just they're giving up the Santucci, man.
I know.
But I get it.
A soul for a soul, my brother.
But I get it.
Let me ask you a question. How much money does Scared Money make?
Right. No, you're right. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like, I get it. It's just I'm going into
hang on. For this trade right here, right? Because all right. Peralta for Jet, you know what I'm saying? Like the Mets will still have to add on something to a Jet. So think that you're gonna get McGill on top of that for just Peterson tattoo.
Oh no, you add one more prospect to that trade. That's you know what I'm saying? A little hefty, and you can get that trade done.
Or we could just do brother for a brother. That's it.
That motherfucker's not pitching until
they don't want this brother, bro.
They don't want that guy.
They don't want that guy, bro.
Just do brother is hilarious.
Word up. That motherfucker ain't pitching until the next election, bro.
Just do brother.
That's like Sasuke. That's like Sasuke and Itachi, bro.
I don't know what you said, but yeah.
Can we get some Trump live, bro? What's up?
Nah, we can't do that, bro.
You don't watch Naruto?
I don't watch anime, bro.
Yo,
that's wild.
I saw Dragon Ball Z and Yu Yu Hakusho, son. That's it.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. The Jet, Peterson, Santucci, man.
That's not that bad of a trade, bro.
It's
not.
No,
that's not
it's not bad for us, but what you know I'm saying, like we're gonna.
But Milwaukee won't do that shit.
We're gonna hit him in the nuka.
I think Santucci, like, bro, he could be like really, really good, and he could probably be better than Jonah Thomas.
Yeah,
nobody knows. Jones.
But do you
Nobody
want
knows what
do
the
you
fuck
want to
he's talking
wait for Santucci to turn into something, or do you want Freddie Peralta at the top of your rotation next year, bro?
Santucci should realistically start in AAA.
You
Should
sure?
realistically, but
Yeah.
I can't confirm. I can't confirm
Freddie
that
Peralta can start for you on opening day, motherfucker.
he can. He can. But if you get Freddie Peralta here, I mean, you got to get him an extension, right?
100%. And he's down for it. He's good for it.
Yeah.
I'm not worried. Yo, I'm not worried about extensions with these people,
You
bro.
got family out there by you, right?
He got family out here, bro. He got family over there, like 10. I'm not gonna air them out, but he has family in the greater Corona Queens area. Yes.
There you go. There you go.
I mean, today Stearns apparently he talked to Steve Gales the winter meetings about discuss pitching, looking in the consistency with their pitching. Let's hear this real quick.
As we looked back on this year, there were a couple things that we didn't do well enough that we're going to have to do better going forward, and that will change some of how we build our teams. And look, we talked about during the season, we didn't get enough innings from our starting pitching. That was clear, and I think a lot of times we look at the overall starting pitching quality, and the quality can be okay, but if we are getting the 3 2/3 start or the 2 1/3 inning start, it can really have a pretty significant chaining effect on your team for the next week, and it can take you a while to dig out of it. So I do think we are cognizant that whether it's through internal players or external acquisitions, we've got to get more innings out of our starters consistently.
How do you view that starting staff right now? Because all the focus seems to be on the young players, and understandably so. But you have guys in Manaea and Peterson and Senga who are not that far removed from pretty elite years. And you got, at times, elite contributions from at least a couple of them last season. So when you're looking for more innings, more consistency, how do you view guys like that in particular?
So that's the balance here. And we have to make sure that people we potentially are bringing in from the outside are not displacing players who have pretty significant upside that we already have internally. So like Sean Manaea is a year removed from being one of the best stars in the National League. Kodai Senga, through the first couple of months before he got hurt last year, was one of the best stars in the National League. Clay Holmes, in his first year starting in a long time, had a really good year and is poised to be even better next year. David Peterson has shown through segments of his major league career that he can get on rolls and be that guy that gives you 7 innings every time out. And then you combine that with what we think are really, really talented young starters. And there is a bar we're going to have to clear to bring someone in to displace one of those guys.
You mentioned Clay Holmes, and it was incredibly impressive what he was able to do last year. Is there any scenario where you could see him filling a need in the bullpen to start the year, or is he going into the season just trying to build off of what he did last year?
Yeah, that's not a conversation we've had to this point. Right now, we're committed to him continuing to build off what he did as a starter. He put a really good base of innings under him this past year for the first year of transitioning, and we think he can build off of that and provide us even more innings. So right now, we are looking at him as a starter. He's training as a starter, and I think he's excited to do that for the second year in a row.
When you are looking at the outfield now, obviously you.
I'll be back.
Well, I think that was enough to emphasize to kind of get where David Stearns is with the rotation. And yeah, again, not shocking to me. I think this is kind of what he's trying to build on, including the Senga situation. The Senga situation will always be an interesting factor because of what his preparation is. You're talking about a guy that needs an extra day of rest, a guy where I would say he's kind of fell off a little bit of that pedestal where we had him when he first came in to the league. I mean, he went into his rookie season dominating, and then you kind of looked at him as a possible ace. And it just hasn't worked out for him, whether it's just consistency or injuries at that matter. I'll start off with Flip. Flip, what did you make of his comments within the starting rotation, especially with the Clay Holmes situation?
Well, I mean, look, Clay Holmes is interesting because, look, Clay Holmes can opt out at the end of the season, at the end of 2026. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he said he wants innings out of his guys.
Mhm.
He reached Clay Holmes a career best in innings. I mean, to put it out there, can you entertain a Clay Holmes trade this offseason? Maybe. I don't think that's out of the question. But I think the interesting thing was with the wanting innings, right? And you met with a Michael King via Zoom today, and a guy who gave you what he pitched 73 innings in 25. Is that the type of guy that you're aiming for when you have an emphasis on adding innings to the rotation? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't know, man.
No, I mean you make a good point. Michael King is coming off injuries. It's tough because he only pitched in 15 games in 2025. So if when you're relying on innings, is really Michael King the best target for that thing? I mean, for innings. It's tough. I don't know, because can he give you 30 games next year? I like there's no telling. That's a question mark. And my thing is we've had enough. We have enough question marks in this rotation. And it's interesting here. Mez said, would you rather keep Senga or Holmes? I'd rather keep Clay Holmes because I think he can get better as a starter than what he's had already done. And Senga, I like Senga. I thought he could be our ace at some point. I think it was like before he got hurt last year, I thought maybe he could be our ace, and we were depending on him to be our ace, either him or Peterson. But it didn't really happen that way. Injuries get in the way, all that stuff. This guy's he's been made out of glass, and so I like Senga, but I could see him traded, but I could see them keeping him because of the fact that they don't pay him so much money. And so maybe they could, if they get 2 starters here, they could have this guy as a 5th starter or 4th starter or whatever. Because that's not bad. Like if you get 2 starters here and you just have Senga as a 5th starter, then it's not that bad. Like if you're depending on Kodai Senga. And that's the thing. That's why when you hear him talk about innings, they need pitchers here. And today I put a post out about the rotation in 2026, and I had Nolan McLean, I had Clay Holmes, I had David Peterson, I had
classy troll job, brother. Classy.
And I had Sean Manaea.
Elite troll job, bro.
And I know a lot of people weren't happy about seeing that because it's basically the same rotation. So it's like we need to see a change. I think we will see a change. I just don't know who. I don't know if it's going to be this big name starter that we want or a mid to level number 4 starter.
We know how the Mets like mid, bro.
I have no clue.
So
I mean, look, if you're David Stearns, you got to have moves lined up. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go out and you sign the Framber Valdez, that automatically bumps one of those guys that you mentioned on that post, Randy, out of the rotation. You know what I'm saying? And again, it most likely going to be a David Peterson or Senga. And so again, if you go out and sign one of those top guys, you're going to have a trade lined up and move a Senga or a Peterson.
Yeah, yep. And I think other teams are interested or have been interested in Kodai Senga. He has a team option in the last year, so it's not like he's not interesting to teams for a trade. I think other teams would be interested in him, and we saw reports, in the beginning of the offseason that other teams are interested in Kodai Senga, but nothing has come into fruition, and I don't know if they trade him or keep him, but I think David Stearns, he wants to get someone here that can provide innings. Is it 2 starters? Is it 1? It's probably 1. My guess.
Bro, it has to be.
It's 1. My guess is if you don't trade a Kodai Senga or a David Peterson. That's just what I think, man. I don't know, but David Stearns, this is like he said some more things. So this is just the last couple of probably a minute or whatever. Yeah.
Really looking at center field and left field, are you interested in guys that would be on long-term deals in those two positions, or with the glut of young players coming up, would you like shorter term so that you can give those kids an opportunity?
Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to completely close the door on anything. I think we have to evaluate all potential options that are out there. We talked about it at the time where we made the difficult decision to trade Brandon. One of the reasons we did it is because we have this incoming talent of young outfielders that we think can really contribute for us, not only this year, but for years to come. And so it would have to be a very unique situation for us to bring in someone who is going to block that group of young players for a long time.
I know you've been very open about your desire to bring Pete Alonso back, and I know that you don't talk about specific players and conversations, but when you have a scenario like this where you saw last year the Alonso conversation go months and months and months, there were also some guys that could fill that void right now on the free agent market. How do you balance wanting one player while monitoring and not losing potentially others that could fill that spot?
Yeah, I think it is a balance, and it's trying to stay in contact with everyone involved and understanding how different markets going to play out. And with Pete, it's also a recognition that he can fit on the team in multiple ways. You know, we've talked about his calling card is his bat, and so you know, we can get his bat into a lineup in multiple ways. And so I'm not sure it necessarily takes us out of pursuits that may be more timely than as Pete's market develops.
All right, David, appreciate the time as always.
Thanks, Steve.
So, I mean, Ovi, what do you think about what you just heard?
A whole lot of word salad and politic talk, bro. He's just saying nothing, man. All I got from that was he's not against trading for somebody if Benj ain't shit, or getting somebody outside the organization if Benj ain't shit. He already talked about guys. Oh, what do you think about the guys with years on their contract? He's talking about a motherfucker like Byron Buxton, bro. He's talking about guys like that.
And the thing about his young he keeps saying young outfielders bro, that he doesn't want to block. What young outfielders is he talking about? Like,
he's talking about Carson Benj. He's gonna consider on the roster as he has them now. Who's the fat kid? Ryan Clifford.
as an outfielder?
He considers him an outfielder on the roster on the depth chart.
Okay.
I think he considers AJ Ewing an outfield option, bro.
Okay, I mean,
does it mean it's viable? No, but I think he's considering those guys as like outfield options. Now, unless you trade for somebody who involves one of them little fucks, then yeah, do it. But for now, I don't get much from Stearns, bro.
It's interesting. I mean, I think it could be a AJ Ewing, could be. I mean, maybe who he's talking about. That's the thing. Like we don't know, but he's not closing the door to
on a trade possibility or acquiring somebody yet. Yeah.
A Kyle Tucker, Cody Bellinger. I don't think he's closing the door. Which is
who said this? Hold on, motherfucker said trade for Marte. He can be your center fielder, second baseman, and move Simeon to third. That ain't happening. Sign Belly to be your first baseman. My brother, if I could play MLB The Show with David Stearns' brain right now, I would do something like that. But gotta be realistic. As much as I'm a dreamer and as much as I love me some Ketel Marte, my brother, that shit ain't happening, bro. Unless you put him in a corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that he was like
you're taking a risk with Simeon at third. Not
yeah, he does not have the arm for third base, bro.
Exactly.
His arm needs Viagra, son. That shit ain't going. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You're taking that risk. I think you primarily got him here so he can play second base so they can fix that situation at second.
Mez says he'd rather trade Boston Barrow, Jacob Reimer, Eli Serrano before trading Ewing. I totally agree because I think those other Boston Barrow and Jacob Reimer are a little bit redundant, and Eli Serrano, I think his floor is higher than his ceiling, if that makes sense. Eli Serrano the third. Great trade piece.
we heard some news today about the Padres. And the Padres apparently that they could listen to offers about Nick Pivetta, Jay Cronenworth, these guys, and we also heard that the Nationals are listening to offers with Mackenzie Gore. You know, that Mackenzie Gore and Nick Pivetta, those are two pitchers that could be very interesting to, I would say, the Mets. Out of those two, who would you go for top in that situation? Who would you go for out of those two? And then we'll go down the line.
I mean, to me, I wouldn't go for neither.
Okay.
Only because of the fact that I think I could get something better. Now, when you want to look at both of them in particularly, they are inning eaters, which is what Stearns likes. They give you a certain amount of selective pitches. They got movement on their pitches. You got one that's a lefty, one that's a righty. But I don't think if you're trying to get a number one and a number two at that fact, why go for those guys when you can go after a Freddie Peralta? Now, I understand that a Freddie Peralta is not an ace per se, but at the end of the day, I don't think they're looking for an ace. I just think they're looking for guys to set the tone in that rotation. And you're talking about a guy in Freddie Peralta who's only 29, who is basically the grudge of that rotation, who has high volume stuff. I think they're better off in that realm. Hell, if they still want, if the Shermer report is 100%, and they want to get a Trevor Rogers and a Freddie Peralta and try to just bank on a big deal like that, I'd rather do that.
I mean, yeah, a Trevor McGill and a Freddie Peralta trade. That would be very interesting for the Mets. I mean, you're getting a top of the line closer, and you're getting Freddie Peralta, who is the starting pitcher that you need. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. Right. Go ahead, Flip. If you.
So, gun to my head, I mean, obviously, I prefer Nick Pivetta over Mackenzie Gore. But look, man, Nick Pivetta pitched 181 innings.
Yeah.
In 25, 33-year-old. He's entering his age 33 season.
Yeah.
And so, do I want to part with assets for a 33-year-old who had a career best 181 innings in 25? You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta aim higher.
But do you think, like, I mean, because his pitches and they're just very impressive. I think he could be. He could be like he's really good, but he could be even better.
So I think there's a lot
to Nick Pivetta.
I think he could be a solid number 3, but we got a whole rotation of number 3s. You know what I'm saying? We got to get some number 1s, number 2s.
I think Pivetta could be a number 2, but I see what you're saying.
On this rotation, yeah, he could.
Yeah.
This location,
I mean, Ovi out of those two, who would you go for?
Nick Pivetta and who?
Mackenzie Gore.
I think I was looking at Nick Pavetta's numbers today. I didn't see Mackenzie Gore. Bro, I probably lean towards Nick Pivetta, bro, but not by much. Mackenzie Gore, I don't think that's gonna happen though. It was with the Mets. I don't think that's a name that is realistic for us because of just past negotiation. Yeah, bro. Yeah, and I don't think if he was playing for like for the Arizona Diamondbacks, I'd be like, all right, yeah, we could talk. Maybe we could finagle a deal. But because of the team that he's on and how petty that they have been, I don't think I got to think of that shit, like the off the court shit as well.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I also just think neither one of them is a real fit on this rotation. What we really need is to, like Flip said, aim higher, get better caliber pitching, and we can do that. I don't think you should use what you have at your disposal to get a motherfucker like Nick Pivetta. I don't think that guy's the move. So, you know what I mean? Because if you're going to trade for somebody better, bro. Straight up.
Do you think, because obviously the recent reports says that the Twins don't want to trade nobody. The Twins don't want to trade Joe Ryan, Paulo Lopez, or Buxton. But I feel like they're playing kind of possum a little bit. I feel like they're just playing around. I mean, would you make a big trade for Joe Ryan? Just Joe Ryan, not Buxton. I'm not talking. I'm talking about just pitching. Joe
Oh man,
Ryan. Would you make? Who would you even put in that trade? Would you give up a Jonathan? Would you
I was
give
gonna
up
ask you that.
those
I was
guys?
gonna ask you that. So the Joe Ryan trade would have to be circumstantial.
Yeah.
Um, One, if I'm not getting Buxton, what am I? What else am I getting for this rotation? That's one. Because it's gonna have to be a Framber or Michael King type to pitch behind him. I said it before. A lot of people echo my sentiment. Joe Ryan is not an ace. He's not an ace. I think the pitching lab has the potential to turn him into one, maybe.
Right.
But right now, as is, he is not an ace. That's okay. We don't. There aren't many true aces available anyway. I don't even think Framber Valdez is a real ace. I think he'd be pitching behind somebody who's elite
Wow.
right now. Right now, in his
Quote
current
unquote
form.
ace. The word ace.
Uh-huh.
Who the hell is an ace that could be available for the Mets
Tariq
at
Skubal.
some point? Is it just
Tariq
Skubal?
Skubal. It's just Skubal.
It's just
True
Skubal.
ace.
Or
So
Paul.
we're
I
supposed
think
to just wait
the
forever
closest
for
thing to
Tariq
us.
Skubal?
Well, we're gonna have to deal with the hand we're dealt this offseason. You know what I'm saying? We're not. There's not a lot of
Options.
available in
Right.
this overall market, and whether it be via trade or via free agency. A dude like Freddie Peralta is in the tier, in my humble opinion, just under Tariq Skubal and them. So if Skubal's S tier, I think Peralta is a good A tier,
Yeah.
high B tier of pitching echelon. That's why I like him as an option. A dude like Sandy, very high ceiling. I don't know what he will give you immediately next year. Again, a pitching lab candidate. I'm a glass half full kind of guy, bro. If you could put him in the pitching lab, and the only, you know,
But
sky's the limit from there.
is it because he's coming off the Tommy John?
Tommy John in a not great season. Surface level numbers. Surface numbers,
I mean,
not a
had
great
a
season.
horrible first half, had a better second half for sure.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I see. I think he still has the fastball, still has
His
pitch.
sinker is still there. I think
Yeah.
his fastball is okay.
Mm.
It was okay last year, and it started riding a little more towards the end of the season. We saw it at City Field when he was gonna fucking smoke Mark Vientos. But I think the sinker is still very elite, and I think the defense behind him would do him a lot of favors. A guy like Sandy, not an ace again, and that's okay. I think if we load the top of our rotation with two really high level number twos, like A tier, B tier type guys, we're good because we have a lot of dudes in the middle, bro. I'm not being a player hater when it comes to dudes like McLean, but you cannot rely on him to be your guy, your horse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not fair to the kid.
The Tatsuya Amai. I mean, I want to bring that up because that's a guy that definitely highly coveted right now. He's a guy that a lot of teams want, but the price tag is probably a little high. We've the reports that we heard today about the Mets not maybe doing a long-term deal. I feel like they would do a long-term deal with a guy like Amai because he's a younger cat. I mean, he's like 27 years old. So, I mean, Top, do you think with Amai there's any juice to that?
As of right now, no. But I would not be shocked if they do that route. Again, there's a lot of upside, there's a lot of potential on him. Like you said, he's young, he's got really good stuff. And to continue to develop out of that Japanese market, I think that would be a beneficial for them. And like I said, I think the key thing for it is that he's young, so there's a lot to build off of that. However,
Yeah.
I think they want somebody that is already proven, that somebody that is already that can handle your number one or number two in your rotation, somebody that can lengthen your rotation pause. And like I said, somebody that already has the quality stuff in the league right now. So if that's whether signing a Framber, if that's trading for a Peralta, if that was to go get a Joe Ryan at this point, some of us would be mad. But to be honest with you, we all come in spaces and we all say, yo, they gotta just go get, they gotta give to get. So at the end of the day, it's like, would we really be upset? I know Jonah Tong is one of those, but again, like we always say, you gotta give to get. And you know what I'm saying? Like what else can you possibly do right now if the price right now for Peralta is high? You know what I'm saying? Maybe Ryan is your best option in terms of a price to go get a pitcher, because maybe a Sandy price is too high as well. So I just think right now they're looking more towards a guy that is already proven that they can still go and get, instead of Amai, who's coming into the league and hasn't really dealt with it yet.
Do you think, is Zach Gallen a fit?
No. I think for me, I think he's on the decline, and I think they still want somebody that's leveled, though, somebody that still is having success. I just think right now Zach, and it's not like he's gonna switch anytime soon. I think he's on a decline. I don't think they need that right now. With the amount of pitchers that they're having up and down right now, I think they rather just stick with somebody who's consistent and solid.
Yeah, I wonder what Ranger Suarez would command.
Fuck out of here! Oh my god!
Christ. Listen, I would not even be shocked if the Phillies don't bring him back, because I feel like he's gonna be asking for a lot for a guy that hasn't moving much. And for a guy that has a lot of nerve issues, shout out to Jay Fern, who mentioned that out earlier throughout the day.
Yeah, I'm good.
My chances with him.
I'm straight. That dude has LOL written all over it, bro. I'm good. Bro.
It's a disaster. That right there is a disaster waiting to happen if they were to.
Yeah, man.
I think 2 seasons in a row he's gone 13 and 12 and 8 with a 3.6 ERA.
Let them have it. Let the team that's going to sign him have him. And God, salute to you. Have a great time with him.
He does have nerve damage, and that is definitely a concern.
And that does not age well with pitchers, especially with pitchers who do not have the velocity needed to compete. Yeah, Schwarber breaking. What's going on?
No. I'm not falling for that. When I see a post by either Jeff Passan or John Heyman, we'll get into
2 minutes, Jake. 2 minutes.
I mean, no, that's not happening. That's not. I have the notifications. I think we all have the notifications for John Heyman and Jeff Passan and all the big ones. The big reporters, so you can't just fool us. You can't fool us. But that's funny though. It's funny.
Yo, them birds are weekend. Flip, what's going on? You need to feed them?
I got a week. I don't feed them, bro. I'm just waiting for them to fall off the cage.
I'm dead, bro.
Speaking on the shout out to my guy CP from True Mets Talk podcast. He actually was watching the MLB Network when they were interviewing some of the president of baseball operations for other teams, and the Pobo for the Tigers said, and I quote, "I don't believe in any untouchable players at any level." So who's their number one guy that is being talked about right now. So him saying that could mean that Tarek Skubal could be traded.
I mean, it just makes sense that they would trade him. I mean, it just makes sense. Like, if you're not gonna win, then trade. If you're not gonna pay him, trade him.
Even if they are trying to win, though, I just don't see it.
But if they're not gonna sign him to this big, long-term contract that he wants,
right?
Yeah.
Again,
may as well trade him, right?
I feel bad for that fan base because, you have somebody special in school, but you're also knowing as a fan base, if I was a fan of Detroit, I have to come to grips with the fact that my owner doesn't spend. He's not going to pay my best pitcher the money that he wants. And the market, obviously, with Dylan Cease getting what he just got, you can only imagine school was looking at that and I was like, okay, he got that? Imagine what I'm going to be asking for.
Something was said in the space today. I didn't get a chance to respond. And it was Lynn. She asked, given that he's a Scott Boras client, he's not going to sign an extension, blah, blah, right? Mm-hmm. Look, and she made a great point, right? She said that Skubal has had 2 Tommy Johns. Look, you don't think a pitcher who's had two Tommy Johns there's a risk injury going into the season, playing out the entire season. You don't think if there's a team out there like the Mets who give 350 baseline 350, a 350 deal to Scooble this offseason, he ain't gonna take it? You think Scott Boras is gonna leave 350 on the table, knowing that there's a possibility for a lockout next season?
Yeah,
And for
he's bugging if he does that.
And
Do
knowing
we
that
think
saying?
David
So-
Stearns is gonna give Scooble
Yes.
$350 million?
Yo,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
because
he
Cohen's
offered-
not gonna let him trade for him without having an extension down on lock, bro. Period.
he has to.
Period, bro. Period.
I mean, he offered Yamamoto 350 without even throwing a 325 without even.
Yeah, bro.
I mean,
We're
the
talking
kid-
about a back-to-back Cy Young Award winner, bro. You offer 350 in your sleep.
Unless he sees a
Hashtag
picture,
drop the third bomb.
unless he sees a picture right now that he can tell the fan base, I know this cat could be better than Scooble. Which obviously I can't find anybody right now besides Paul Skeens, but that's down the line. But I don't even think Paul Skeens is better than him right now.
Ooh, that's all I take.
I think he still got maybe two more years to go before we got.
Ooh, that's a take.
I think he does. I think he does offer that. I think he's waiting for the perfect pitcher to give him a big contract, and this is why he's taking that and not giving pitchers a long-term deal. This is why he probably might just pass on Framber. You want me to give you a $200 million deal for 6 years when you're at the age already when you're 32, but yet I got a 30-year-old who's pitching way better than you that is about to become the biggest free agent pitcher next year, and I'd rather just snag him. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I think that's what he's waiting for, and I could. It has Stearns written all over it with the mentality that he has when it comes to these pitchers. And if he doesn't, then who knows? Maybe Stearns is like, listen, I'm gonna go with these retreads a little bit, and Skeens might be that guy. Who knows? Maybe there's something that he's building up. You just never know. But when it comes to Schoolboy, it seems like that would be the perfect pitcher in his eyes to offer that.
I know in my bones we're gonna get Schoolboy next year if he hits free agency. I just know it.
It seems about right. It seems about right up there.
Nobody's offering him more than we are. It's the same shit with Soto. Nobody's gonna. If we want somebody, bro, we're not gonna get outbid.
Right. And if you're Detroit, you're like, listen, what we're gonna do is we're gonna evaluate our team at least if they're not gonna trade him now. They'll evaluate the Detroit Tigers within the first half of the season before the trade deadline. If Detroit is not performing to what they expect to within the first half of the season, in that trade deadline, they must trade Tyreek Skubal because there is no way for the caliber of that pitcher and how good he pitches that you don't get something back in return. You're robbing your fan base of something in return for a guy that, yes, he gave you all he had in his prime, but you weren't able to pay him. So at least you could get some prospects in return that you can continue to build on and stay young.
If he hits free agency, he's a Met. Just know that. Believe that.
If he hits free agency,
he's a Met. If he's not traded to the Mets by the trade deadline, he's a Met. I still believe that.
I could see.
What about the Phillies going after him?
What about the Phillies going after him? They ain't getting him.
You don't think there's other big markets that's gonna go after him and
going after somebody and getting somebody?
Being able to get him and going. That's what I mean.
You talking via trade?
No, I'm talking money.
Money?
Oh, bro, you talking, bro?
No,
ain't nobody coming close to us, bro. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us, bro.
I'm telling you right now. If I know I said this earlier, and I think me and Flip kind of, well, me and Pope, I don't know. I think Flip, you kind of agreed on it as well. The notion that the Los Angeles Dodgers can go out and get him, they can. My thing is, I don't necessarily think they want to add another contract like that to the payroll that they have.
They wouldn't be opposed to it.
But I think what they rather do is they rather just chill out for a sec.
If they offer Josue DePaula in a trade, they're getting whoever they want because that dude is one of the best prospects in motherfucking baseball.
They don't really talk about him as much, and that's the crazy part.
He's from New York. I wish the Mets had him. I'm dead ass. Low key, I would rather have him than Carson Benz. That's how good he is.
That kid's a stud. And the fact that he's in that organization with the way that they're built already, it just tells you how well their scouting department has been for that organization.
If they could give him up in a trade, they're getting who they want.
Another team that I think can possibly do it because of just the fact that he just doesn't care with his money is the Pro Bowl for the Philadelphia Phillies. But I don't think I think it's levels to this. I think he's behind the Mets. I don't think he beats Stearns in when it comes to see who has the bigger money on the table to get David to get
the
Tyrus.
Phillies are in a bit of an identity crisis mode right now, right? The Phillies they're having a midlife crisis because they're an aging team that is either going to run it back again, which I don't know if they do or not, or they rebuild the whole shit in a competing window, which is going to be tough.
Right.
I think their offseason goes the Schwarber route. If they do not sign Kyle Schwarber, they might go ham.
Yeah,
they might go ham because they have the bread to do it. They just have to. They're an organization that they have the money. They have to allocate things a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have the exact free reign that a team like us has or the Dodgers have. Like they're just under us in terms of what they can and cannot do.
Another team that I think could possibly do it would be the Padres, but the Padres right now are so
I ain't doing that shit.
Payroll wise, they're screwed, and this is kind of why AJ Preller, as much as people want to give him credit for basically throwing all his eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
The problem with throwing your eggs in one basket is you have to hope that those guys that you're giving away to get these prime players now that it works out. See, this is why I feel bad for a guy like what's his name, the closer that they just got last year,
Mason Miller.
I feel bad for him because he's in a situation where in a couple of years, if the Padres don't win anything, he's gonna be on that team where they break it down. Mind you, he's still young. He's still young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he got years of control.
I don't see the Padres. I see the Padres looking at that like, yo, we could keep this kid, but we're gonna have to restart. We could still keep him because of the years of control and he's young, but we're gonna have to dim it down just a little bit. And that's why this whole thing with AJ Preller, he kind of put himself in a bind. Because if you don't win a World Series with the squad that you have now, eventually you're gonna have to shed payroll. And that's why the Tatis conversation, it's not only that Flip is advocating for it.
Tatis to Queens.
Money wise, it would make sense for them to if they want to shed payroll and kind of get back into a level steady way within the organization. Tatis seems like the only guy that they could get a valuable haul for, because I don't see a team looking at Machado with that contract as
or
great.
Xander Bogaerts, who's an even worse contract.
Exactly.
Ooh, yeah,
That's
the Bogart's contract is not good. I'll tell you that.
No, that's the worst contract on that team. It's not Manny Machado. It's Xander Bogaerts.
I just don't see a team right now, whether you're mid or whether you're still trying to build, or even when you're just getting there, saying I'm gonna take 300 and something mil off the Padres and add it to our payroll just to have Manny Machado. I think they're willing to keep what they have. I think the Padres are just gonna have to ride that out with Machado. But I think with Tatis is a little bit more movable, and I think they could get a good haul for that. But I wouldn't be shocked if it's not this year, next year you're gonna see conversations of Fernando Tatis being traded, because they put themselves in a bond payroll wise that it's gonna be hard to try to consistently win like that, especially if they're having ups and downs.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Machado contract, I don't think they're pressed to move it, because Machado's like their David Wright. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about a guy who's going to be a Hall of Famer, Manny Machado. Mm-hmm. So I don't think I know the contract looks crazy towards the back end, but they might not be in a rush to move it. But as far as like a Tatis, you know what I'm saying? Bring him to Queens, baby.
That'll be something.
Who knows? That might be the off season next year, man.
I can see it. I can see it, especially if you know what I mean. I can see it. Would you guys eat a Darvish contract in a Tatis trade?
No, I'm not.
What does that contract even look like?
You don't even.
You got 2 years left.
You don't even need Darvish to get Tatis. That's why I say no.
Yeah, it's either going to be him or Joe Musgrove that you take on the contract. It's like, no, you don't.
I'll take Musgrove.
I'll listen. If Musgrove is at least my fourth or fifth or maybe third, I would take it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That would significantly lower the haul, but I don't think San Diego wants to do that shit.
No. I don't think so. I don't think so. However, again, if once the conversations are in, it would be Ben. I'm offering bench right away. Like that. That's a
No,
no.
he's starting the package 100%. I'll
That's a
figure it out in left field. I'll figure it out in center field, bro.
And Andy Martino said that the market for Edwin Diaz is moving quickly, but nothing is imminent. So I don't know, man. But he could sign before.
Fuck Andy Martino, bro.
Before Christmas.
Fuck Andy Martino, bro.
Before Christmas. So
Andy Martino was on the Epstein list. Fuck that, bro. Fuck out of here.
Damn.
Get chat. Fuck that guy, bro.
Oh man.
That's what I said. You don't work for someone. I don't work for someone. You do. I can say that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy, bro.
I think
gotta take anything that Andy Martino says. You gotta take it with a grain of salt. That's all.
Andy Martino watches his wife get smashed, bro. I'm good.
I wonder who's really next to sign out of the reliever market. Is it Robert Suarez or is it Edwin Diaz? It's
probably gonna be Diaz. It's probably gonna be Diaz.
It's probably gonna be Diaz because the Mets are not gonna commit to a Suarez if Diaz doesn't come off the board. You know what I'm saying?
They just got Devin Williams. If Edwin Diaz signs with Toronto tonight, Devin Williams is your automatic closer.
100%, bro. Yeah.
That's Robert Suarez is waiting for Edwin Diaz to get signed to be like, all right, let's see what he gets. Because now the conversations come my way. Yeah. I'm gonna be like, listen, I feel like I'm better than him, even though he's not. But I feel like I'm better than him. And I'm better than Devin Williams. So let's see if I can get something a little bit better.
Yo, shout out to bum ass JoJo, bro.
The stepchild JoJo.
Yeah.
Yo, JoJo, work on that apology letter. You heard?
Yo.
JoJo, let me know what your team is doing, bro. They've been awfully quiet.
Oh my goodness, man.
But
man. I mean, I'm trying to see if there's any more news here.
There's not. It should happen. It shouldn't happen tonight. It shouldn't happen. It might happen tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't see anything really happening.
These motherfuckers just working on like they're scheduling tea time at the golf course, bro.
Bro, the way I saw David Stearns on that video with that grin on that face, bro, I know he got something planned, my man. He got something planned big, bro.
He got something planned tonight, or
he got nothing planned tonight, bro.
I think something's dropping tonight, bro.
He probably got there today. He probably settled in today and said, "Yo, tomorrow I'm gonna do the real work."
He's gonna hold it in, man.
Wait till this quarter zip comes off, bro, and I show the guns. That's what he said, bro.
Oh my god.
My son got a whole sleeve, a whole sleeve on his right arm. Like he chilling. He's Aki. He just putting on a facade, yo.
On the front, he looking like an accountant and shit.
You know, David Stern said the Mets would like to add a starter, but expect young pitchers to make significant contribution.
In other words, he wants to keep most of the kids, bro. That's all he's gonna say, and that they're gonna get called up sooner than they did last year if they do start the season in the minor leagues. Which is a horrible fuck up from him last year.
The Jonathan one is interesting because I don't know what they're really gonna do. Are they just gonna start him at AAA and then just wait for him
That's what it is.
Wait for him to come up,
or start him on another team.
All right, so check it out. Joe Sherman, right? He reported that the Brewers are listening to offer for Freddie Peralta if a team is willing to meet a steep price. Like, what's a steep price?
See, that's the thing.
Peralta?
Like, what
I
is
know it begins with probably a Jet Williams type. You know what I'm saying? But like, do you have to add much more?
You might have to add more.
Probably not. You might have to add more, but what's more? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's
more? Probably a top 11 to 15 guy.
Give me a name.
Guys.
Maybe a Jet Williams and a AJ Ewing.
Ooh, Boppy. I don't know.
I know.
Well, also, why would they need that? Because they have Jesus Mate and AJ Ewing.
They need pitching. Would they want pitching? They will go for pitching, right?
Of course, because it's an arm for an arm essentially in that trade. You're gonna give
maybe a Weniger and a Jet Williams.
Mm-hmm,
you know a Weniger and a Jet Williams should.
I'll go one higher.
Deal done, or
I'll go Santucci Williams gets that done.
Because that's the thing. You know, we value these prospects a certain way, but maybe other teams don't value.
I'm going based off of how the league values them, bro. For the first time in my life, the Mets have a good farm system.
Yeah, Randy. This time around, we can say that.
Weniger, though?
What?
Do other teams value Jack Winnegar?
No, not yet. Not the way. Not. I'll give you that. They don't value him the way we do yet. But a dude like Santucci, he could be in that trade and we'll be all right. I know we don't want to give him up, but how much money does scared money make? I'll ask again.
Exactly.
Listen.
You're right. You're right. That's the thing, man. This season, man, it could go so many ways. Like it could go so many ways, and I just, man, I'm excited, concerned, scared.
All right, yeah.
Bro, it's like it's just.
Yeah.
It's
I'm cautiously optimistic until they give me a reason to be a negativo. You know what I'm saying? Once they do some bullshit, if they do some bullshit, I mean, I talk into existence. That becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If they do some bullshit, then
his next move, David Stern's next move is really going to tell us something, especially if it's pitching, like starting pitching, then that's going to be the big domino.
I think it has to be, bro.
We kind of need that domino to like fall for us to see what type of lane that he's going to go in. Like, because I don't know what he's going to, I don't know what lane he's going to go in. Is he like, he got to pick a lane, right? You got to be like,
Schwarber and Pete ain't happening, Jake. Schwarber and Pete ain't happening.
No, I don't think so. No, he got to pick a lane, like trust the kids or go for veterans. I don't know, like
well, you the idea is you can do both with the right mixture. The question is, who do other teams want for whom? You know what I mean?
Yeah. They just have so many guys that they could trade. They just have so many, and then they're pitching prospects. They're pitching prospects. They're like rich in pitching prospects. Like,
you know what that gets you? Good pitching.
I don't. And you hope, right? You would hope. I mean, and David Stearns, he traded for Freddie Peralta. So
you can do it again.
He traded for Freddie Peralta before.
You should do it again.
But does the organization of Milwaukee, do they have a good relationship with the Mets? I've heard
I'm sure they have a good relationship with David Stern. I mean, sure, yeah, but I'm sure Stern still has plugs in that organization, bro. He can still probably get some shit done.
Yeah. Man, it's just,
I don't know.
It's just crazy. It's weird. It's just, I don't know what the fuck is that. I don't know.
I don't have the answers.
Yeah, we will see. There's a lot.
I kind of wish we could fast forward, but I kind of don't, because I want to see the dominoes fall one by one and then get our reactions. But
I would just say I wouldn't be opposed to. I would say Met fans, just be prepared to have your heart broken if you're comfortable with one of the young pitchers. So if that means a Jonathan is gone in a trade, if that means a Brendan Sproul, or however you are a Jet Williams fan, be prepared to either pick up your bags and leave with him, or represent the organization on the front of your chest and understand that we're trying to get better. Because again, he's talking about getting a starter in here, whether that's one or two.
Yeah.
And I don't see him signing a Framber, even though I wouldn't be mad at it, because it's still Framber Valdez at the end of the day. I feel like their route is trading, and they understand that at the end of the day, they're in a position right now where they still want to win.
If you're
trying to develop some of the young kids that are here, so they need to give up a little bit to get what they want.
If you're the Mets, right? Like, are you calling Seattle because they have like so much pitching?
I'm not.
No,
because they're gonna try to fleece you. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, unless it's like I put up a post with a side by side with Luis Castillo and Framber Valdez. They're very similar like pitchers.
Yeah.
If you could move a contract, you know what I'm saying? Like if you could move a Jeff McNeil and add something that might intrigue me a little bit.
See, them I could see taking on money. I can't see the White Sox taking on bread for Louis Bob. I could see Seattle doing some shit like that. Who's this? Comment section. Yeah, I agree with the Acuna or Vientos, like the major league ready guys. So remember, the Brewers, they're still trying to compete, right? Like,
well, yeah, I mean, they won the division.
Yeah,
it's not like they're not trying to compete. So
you know what I mean?
No, they're in a good spot. The Brewers need to take that next step and
Right.
figure out how to actually win a championship. But
We'll see,
or
man.
get past the playoffs but
Yeah, man.
I don't know, man. I hope we're not heartbroken. I'll tell you that.
Well, okay, but
if we
what
are heartbroken,
No, I honestly don't care.
No, I mean,
Your heart can only break at the end of the season. In my book, bro.
Look, prospect higher.
Like I said,
If you higher than the prospects, I got news for you because the Mets top 10 is gonna look a lot different next season.
To be honest with you, that I can't. The thing is, with prospects, it's hard to judge how they're going to turn out next year, the year after that. Like baseball fans have to understand, man. We do love Jonathan. Yes, we do love Brandon Sproat. Yes, we do love Carson Bench. Yes, we do love some love fucking Santucci for that matter.
I love winning, bro.
At the end of the day, that's number one, right? That's the number one. OV just said the number one thing. The second thing out of everything else is if you bank and you say no trades to these certain guys that are ready right now, and you're trying to bank on a Santucci or you're trying to bank on anybody else, and they come up here and they don't perform, the conversation is gonna get, damn, he could have been moved for a guy that was ready. We could have had this guy. We could have had that guy. So when your mindset and when you're telling your fan base, yo, we're trying to win right now and still trying to help some of these young guys, you already know who's already turning out good. And I would say probably 2 out of the 3 guys that you brought up last year have found a little bit of solid momentum. Jonah Tong, the reason why I put him as number 3 is because they only gave him 2 games from AAA before they brought him up here. Yeah. Now, I feel personally, if we weren't in a desperate situation and we didn't crumble like we did, Jonah Tong wouldn't have to be up here, and Jonah Tong would have had his time in AAA to where if he would have gotten called up later in the season last year, I don't think we would have saw this inconsistency like we did last year. And that's just my thing with Jonah Tong. Now, again, I think because they value Jonah Tong so much, I don't think they're going to put him in a trade. But if I were them, I would say, look, kid, you're good. We just value these other 2 a little bit higher than you. And right now, we need pieces that are going to win right now in this rotation, or else we are fucked. Because the last thing we want to do is give a 6-year deal to a lefty, even though he's still good. We'd rather just trade for a starting pitcher that is ready right now to help this rotation. And that's why the Joe Ryan thing really didn't piss me off. Because, yes, he's not an ace, but he's kind of proven in a rotation already. And everybody keeps talking about a situation where it's like, oh, a scenery could help a certain player. That might not be the situation for Joe Ryan. Joe Ryan could pick up where he left off in Minnesota and be even better in New York.
Top, I'll say that, but when I've seen guys, I'll say that for the guys I haven't seen in the show. But Jonah Tong, like we've seen my man, and I saw bro. I was there at Citi Field when my man carved up those 10 San Diego Padre bats and struck out 10 in 5 innings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could say that with the guys we haven't seen, but a Jonah Tong, like, bro, my man is legit. You know what I'm saying? And unless it's for a bigger package, I'm sorry, I'm not on the high horse with a Joe Ryan. I'm inclined to keep
I get it.
Because you're waiting for a Scooble. Is that what it is?
I mean, I like the kid regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's Scooble. Obviously, I'll drive it myself, but like any other guys out there, I'm inclined to keep them.
I get it. I mean, I also think, it doesn't necessarily have to be Joe Ryan. If Milwaukee calls you up and says, yo, we'll give you Peralta for Jonah Tong, I don't think I could say no to that.
Yeah. I mean, this is a comment here by Meanwhile in Syracuse. Christian Scott will be ready for spring 2. So we got pieces to trade. Yeah, they do. I'm telling you, they are rich when it comes to pitching prospects. And
and that's a motherfucker with trade value, believe it or not.
Shout out to Mez, Hot Mike, the bird.
I'm Mike, bro. Shut the birds up. I'm Mike. Tweet.
Wasn't Mez supposed to be here? Where you at, Mez?
Mez farted out, bro. Mez farted out.
Where the Albanian at?
He's running a gambling ring in Maspeth right now.
Yo, bro.
Shout out to Mez, bro. The Albanian Mafia.
Okay, so I have a tweet right here from Sleeper Mets. Whether you guys think he's legit or not. He said hypothetical trade that would send Freddie Peralta and Trevor McGill to the Mets. Mets receive obviously Peralta and McGill, and then the Brewers receive Jet Williams, Brandon Sproat, Ryan Clifford, and Ronnie Mauricio.
All right, so that's Jonathan. Oh, I'm sorry, Jet Williams are number 3, and Brandon Sproat are number 5, Clifford are number 8, and who else?
Ronnie Mauricio.
Ronnie Mauricio. That's practically emptying out the farm for a 33-year-old closer and a guy on a 1-year deal. Like, are we emptying out our farm for two pitchers? One a reliever in his mid-30s. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, hard pass on that.
Yeah, maybe if you would have said a Clifford and a Jet, I would say okay.
I mean, look, we have elite arms out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to trade assets when you have an Edwin Diaz out there where you don't have to give up any prospects. You have a Robert out there, a Suarez out there. You don't have to give up any prospects. Yeah. Bro, you got to want to go to super route. You got to Pete Fairbanks. Go after one of those guys and keep the guys for a bigger package.
Yeah. When it comes to closing, that closing market, I don't think they should be trading for a closer just because of what you said. Like, there's many closers out there right now that you can get. So there doesn't need to be this big thing that we got to trade for a Trevor McGill.
OV, what do you think about that, OV? I don't know if you heard.
What was the package again? My bad.
So Sleeper Mets put out the package that would hypothetically bring Peralta and McGill to the Mets. He said Mets would receive Peralta and McGill, and the Brewers would receive Jet Williams, Brandon Sproat, Ryan Clifford, and Ronnie Mauricio.
No,
right? Yeah. That's a hard no for me as well.
That's a hell no for me.
Yeah, fuck out of here. That's crazy.
That's no. Like I said, I'll probably do it if you're talking about Jet and Clifford. Because of Peralta, but the thing that messes me up is the McGill shit. That's what it is.
How many years of control does McGill have? Is he a rental?
2 years of control.
Yeah,
two more years of control. But again, look, I just need a trade straight up for a Peralta. Don't throw in a McGill and try to ding me for more assets. Just give me a trade straight up for a Peralta. It's a Jet and what else, and get it done.
Right. I said Jet and Clifford. There's no way that you guys just heard me. I value Sproat and Nolan McLean. So
I wonder if they're gonna trade Clifford. I wonder.
I just don't.
They should.
Yeah, they should.
They should. I think it really depends on if they bring Pete back. Because they bring Pete back, then I think Clifford is gone. They don't. I think Clifford might get a chance.
Real quick, shout out to the 409 who are tuning in through Twitter. Make sure y'all log into my guy Randy Talk Mets and my guy Top Bunks. Go to YouTube, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Rising stars in the Met fandom, man.
Appreciate it.
We're just a couple old timers here, me and Flip, just talking shit.
We the youngs.
Yeah, with the unks, bro. That Let these young bloods do all the heavy lifting. We're just talking shit.
Yeah, we all trying to get one. We all here for the one goal, and that's to bring the chip to Queens, man.
Yeah.
And
I mean, definitely.
Hopefully, David Stearns knows what he's doing, and the mindset that he has, and hope Cohen is backing him up and everything that he's doing. We right now I know everybody tends to think that we're killing David Stearns, but we put a lot of trust in him and what he has said to the fan base, what he's done so far. He's only had 1 year of success in terms of getting to the playoffs, so you can only go based off that when it's here. I don't care what he's done in Milwaukee. Yeah, what he's done in Milwaukee. Yeah, he's gone into the playoffs. All right, cool. You're in a whole different organization now, in a much higher scale. So now it's time to really, dig into the dirt and really get the Mets to where they need to be, and that's to a championship. And right now he's 1-1. What year 3 does, based on what he's learned from his first and second year, is very important because you had 2 different years. What you do for your third year to overcome those 2 years and be better, especially after signing one of the best players in baseball to the highest athletic contract in sports history, it's going to be very telling to see what he does.
No, definitely. It really is. David Stearns asked, let me see a question here. So we're going to.
Given 7 years range at second base, would you
be comfortable with somebody who is maybe average, below average defender at first base?
I don't know that I necessarily.
What kids play the outfield?
Marcus's skill set at second at necessarily impacting the type of skill sets we're looking at defenders around him.
What updates have we gotten from Kodai Senga, and is there reasonable expectations that he'll be able to contribute next year?
Yeah, Kodai has had an outstanding offseason, and I think maybe that's the most encouraging.
On the Stern 6. He's on the Stern 6.
Yes, he was.
Don't believe that boy.
Certified Kappa, bro. Crazy.
Since that 2023 season, he's going through his.
It's like you can't like tell how he feels about a player by like looking at his eyes or his face, because like it just sounds the same every time.
Yo, I'll be honest. I don't ever watch these interviews, bro, because I don't give a fuck until shit is done, bro.
Like when he says he's had a tremendous offseason, like what has Kodai?
What does that mean, bro?
His offseason, like
is he getting bitches? Like what is he doing?
I'm saying, like what is he doing?
What's he doing? He's getting hoes. Like
season, son. That's
I'm having a tremendous offseason, bro. Mad bitches, bro. It's great.
Nah, he got no bitches.
Bro, I don't know what the hell.
never know.
What does that mean? A tremendous offseason.
Him out here having contests on who could get the most bitches.
On God, bro. Like, what is a tremendous offseason, bro? You did real estate scamming? Like, what'd you do?
Yo, bro, I don't know if it's.
Yo, he says that. Yo, the funny thing is that he says that, but then my man drops a fucking Stern 6 and Kodai Senga's on there.
Made that shit real public, bro. Shit's crazy.
Kodai Senga and Beatty is on there.
What's his caption?
I don't know, man. Let me see.
Yo, Chaz, what's going on, Chaz? Shout out to Chaz.
It's pronounced Che. It's French. Che. Che. No, the Z is silent.
Che. I don't think it is. He never corrects me, so I don't.
Nah, I'm fucking with you.
I think it's Chaz. But some fellas, great show. Any chance?
No, I don't. No chance that happens, bro. No chance.
Yeah, no chance. Whoa, Schwarber and Belly. I don't know about that.
Oh yeah,
I don't know about that.
You adding two lefties on the lineup?
Yeah,
I would. My dream would be Belly and Pete.
I like that.
And then we can make Flip happy. Get the Cuban Missile over there, and instead of feeling, we could, bro.
Not the Cuban Missile. He's the Black Panther.
The Black Panther, Pantera Negra. Right. That's my dog.
Yes,
bring him over if that's the case. What?
Meanwhile, in Syracuse
until then,
right. Meanwhile, in Syracuse says everyone ready to give up on Senga, but he was damn near Cy Young and even left a year when he got injured. He still had a 3.00 ERA. Beatty needs to stay too. They both together only make 16 mil.
Why is my shit glitching like that?
You're the Matrix, bro.
Yeah,
drop it, come back.
Matrix, bro.
As Pope will say, drop it, don't come back.
Leave and don't come back. Yeah.
How do you guys feel about this comment right
now? Lovato.
I don't know, bro. Like I'm not team fuck Senga, but it's just like unfortunately he's the common denominator. We're not gonna get rid of Sean Manaea, the tribal thief. We're not gonna fucking get rid of. I don't think we're gonna get rid of David Peterson unless it's in a big trade. Like, and we're not getting rid of Clay Holmes unless we move him to the bullpen, which he said he's not gonna do. He's the odd man out. That's the fucked up thing. That's the hand he was dealt, man.
Right.
So what's the trade the Pope would do in a heartbeat?
Yeah.
What trade?
Yeah, what trade are you talking about?
Yeah, which trade are you talking about?
What trade he was talking about?
He's gonna trade Top. He's gonna trade Top to someone else.
He's about to trade me. He's about to trade me
to Milwaukee, bro.
Yo, my shit is really glitching, bro. It's crazy.
Buxton. That's what he's on.
That green screen shit, bro. That green screen.
It was OD.
It's that Wi-Fi.
He's about to trade.
Yo, y'all gonna make me pop the H on stream, bro. You heard?
Yo.
Oh my god.
Already got lit. Y'all wanna get lit? Yo,
Randy, niggas on school night, bro.
Yo.
8-hour stream. What's up, bro? You ate already? You had lunch?
Yo, bro, we had dinner, bro. We had dinner.
Eva's in the building. She said
on the company card.
Yo, Eva, que lo que Eva?
Wow, the company card is wild.
What'd you say?
She said, "Do you guys think Stern's a rush to move Nimmo and get Simeon now that the D-backs are thinking
Yes.
about trading
Yes, the fuck they did. Yes, I'm biased though because I fucking worked the most ass for fucking getting Cattell Marte over here, bro. So yes, in my opinion, fuck.
Yo, he would.
This is gonna hurt you. This is gonna hurt you, Todd. But I think trading Nemo for Simeon is better in the long haul than getting a Cattell Marte. My bad.
Okay, no, you're not wrong. I see it. I see the gangster there. I know what you. I see why that is, especially if they do shit around that.
Now I'm saying, but now the question is, can Cattell Marte play first base?
Vibes Cartel, guys, that nation. No, that motherfucker is not playing first base for nobody. He's playing second base for another team next offseason, bro.
So my man Cattell did suit up for Team D. Say he's yet to make his debut out there. He might be, you know what I'm saying, just for show, but
he's just bullying, bro. He's having a good time.
Let's say, you know, has won some games, you know, credit to Ronnie Mauricio.
Oh, let's talk about it.
You know,
yeah,
that's the basement of the future.
Ronnie Mauricio. Ronnie.
I'm a fan.
Mauricio.
What's good? I'm a fan. I'm here for some Ronnie, bro.
Man, Ronnie, man.
In all my in all my projected lineups that I've been doing in the chats and on Twitter and shit, he's always at third base, bro.
Thank you.
Yo, shout out to the whiskey crew. Well, yeah, you see that?
I can't see shit. Your whole screen is covered up.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You drinking on a school night, bro?
You know what I'm
get
saying?
Help.
That's
my boy's at the Winter Meet. He's in Florida right now in the Winter.
Get help, son.
Meeting, bro.
Yeah, motherfuckers work tomorrow,
bro. I'm trying to run into Jeff.
Did you see Stearns flip or no?
I'm gonna grab fucking Jeff Passan by the throat, make him break some news.
He said, "Yo, unblock me, son."
Yo, block me, motherfucker. Block me, motherfucker.
Crazy.
What trade Pope was talking about?
Yeah, Pope.
Yo, Rube, what fucking trade you talking about, bro?
Yeah, man.
I think his stream might be delayed like 2 hours, so he might be.
Word up.
I don't know what trade.
And it's crazy because he's so rich that he's probably in the future, but it is what it is.
Yo, word, bro. He's fucking ahead of time.
Motherfucker had bald eagle for Thanksgiving, bro. That shit is woo.
That was a big ass turkey, yo. Yo, put it up on the jumbotron, yo.
Man was eating bald eagle, bro. Shit was crazy.
Yo, Top, just Google up fucking big ass turkey. Put up on the jumbotron.
Yo.
He had the motherfucker from Nesser Et, the chef, Salt Bay. Cover that shit in gold and like carve the turkey for him and shit.
That shit was big, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That fucking turkey's chest was fucking brolic, my man. You heard?
Yeah, that turkey had implants. That shit was crazy. That was a Miami turkey, nip tuck turkey.
Fucking Colombia.
BBL turkey. Rube had a BBL turkey.
Yo.
Type shit.
Yo.
Fucking shot that shit out the sky, bro.
That motherfucker had assassins kill it for him, bro.
Roof on that turkey.
Rube ain't even here to defend himself, bro. It's crazy.
He put the shit on the leash, took it with him to the gym, and then took it back home to fucking kill that shit and eat it.
Bro, he had an heirloom turkey. That shit was like one of one, and now it's extinct.
Oh my
God. He shot a dinosaur and had it for Thanksgiving.
Meanwhile, in Syracuse says Ronnie just needs to give up batting right-handed from the left side. Folks, I'm here in Syracuse. No cap. They land near the train station.
Okay. I'll give him one more season batting switch hitting, bro. Being a switch hitter. And then you can convince me. I'm not sold on him giving up batting from the other side.
I'll definitely give him one more season.
Yeah, one more season and we outside.
Shout out to Intellectual, bro.
Yeah, word. Shout out to you.
Hashtag critical thinking.
Yeah, it's critical thinkers, you know what I'm saying? Like Ronnie was a lot to ask for, you know what I'm saying? Like rehabbing in the major leagues, but you go back to the offseason, 2023. It did 2023, and that when he had that fucking MVP type year, like my man was raking from both sides.
Who are we talking about?
So, Ronnie.
Ronnie had an MVP 2 weeks, bro. Calm down.
He had an MVP winner.
You mean in Syracuse?
Nah, in winter, bro. Winter ball.
In winter ball. Okay. I'm like.
So as far as like giving up on
Ronnie Mauricio did that.
Wait.
Bro, what do you say, bro? Lidon, bro.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Shout out to Escogido, baby. Yeah.
Last place, what?
Yeah, word, bro. It's lonely at the bottom, bro.
Shout out to my Eagles, Aguilar, yo.
Whatever.
The Dodgers of El Cibao.
The inbred Dodgers is crazy, but yeah, Ronnie Mauricio, he was cooking that year, bro. It was crazy.
Nah, he was.
I'm not ready to give up on him. One, as a third base possibility. Two, as a switch hitter. Now, if you upgrade at third base for real, then my man, I'm sorry. I met Ronnie Mauricio in person. He's one of the nicest baseball players I ever met.
Yeah.
A little fruity, but whatever. But
I mean, when you say
yo,
upgrade at third base, like what are you upgrading? Because look, if my man Brett Beatty gets
if there's an
traded,
upgrade available, then yeah. But if not,
what's
he's
the
in all my
upgrade?
hypothetical lineups, bro.
But what's the upgrade? Breggy? Who are you thinking?
Yeah, bro. Like, unless it's some shit like that, then yeah. But other than that, I ain't moving. I'm not ready to move on. I mean, I'm not prospect hugging like that, but I am. I think of the three guys, of the three, I don't call them kids anymore, the three quadruple A motherfuckers, the three mutants that we have, him, Beatty, and Vientos. I'd rather have him start because I think the ceiling is so fucking crazy high on him. I could be wrong.
I think Ronnie's ceiling is crazy high too. I think it's high.
I know y'all don't like him, but I don't think we've seen Brett Beatty's ceiling yet.
Oh no, Brett Beatty could be Jeff Kent, bro.
Bro, we've seen Brett Beatty in the league for so many years. Like,
no, we haven't.
Off this 1 year, we're gonna think that he's the guy now. Like,
yes, they said that about Vientos last year, right?
But you think that
you're
about
right.
Ronnie.
You're
but
right.
you think that about Ronnie.
You're right. I
but
mean, I don't know.
You see the same
Wait,
guy.
what you said?
Yeah, you got to keep it a stack both ways, B. But
the same got to be applied with Ronnie, though, bro. This is what I'm saying. Like,
wait, but
no.
Ronnie, realistically, he should start at AAA. He should.
Yeah, of course.
Brett Beatty realistically should start at third base
on the major league squad. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Beatty's gonna get the shot. We know that. We know that. It could be the same thing as what we saw in the previous year. Like Beatty do bad and Mauricio take the job. Same thing as a Vientos, Beatty taking the job and Vientos taking the job. So.
I hope you're right.
Listen, Brett Beatty, I said it before, he could be Jeff Kent if he really locks in, bro. But I think he could be that. Like that could be like his fucking ceiling, bro.
Yo.
That kid, when he's on, he's locked in, bro. I've been to mad games with Rube and Flip, bro, where I motherfucked him and cursed him out. This kid's whack, and shuts me the fuck up, Beatty, bro. But he's homers.
Second or third game of the season? It was the third game of the season. I fucking booed this motherfucker.
I booed the shit out of him, bro. He was whack. And then prove me wrong, bro. And if Ibby's in here, he's a big Brett Beatty fan, bro. I'm a big Brett Beatty guy. I'm a big Brett Beatty guy. I'm not a Brett Beatty guy. I just think he's like the least interesting bat profile of the three guys that we have. I think Vientos' offensive profile could be better than the both of them if he peaks. I think Ronnie's game overall is the best of the three. But I think Beatty, because his floor is higher right now.
Yeah,
he's the one that he gets the job, bro.
I was okay with both of them. I the only thing that I said was because I knew Vientos was a liability defensively. I said, have Brett Beatty.
That's an understatement. That motherfucker's whack.
Trash. Defensively, disgusting.
He got canoes for shoes, bro. He can't run.
Oh yeah, Vientos. Oh my god,
he got two Civics for feet, bro.
Him and Wilmer Flores in a race. I'll pay to see that.
Vientos, not Vientos. Mauricio, talking Mauricio, right? Mauricio, like, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because he's coming back from that, that injury. And I'm saying, but
ACL's no joke.
I know he saw the loaded diaper highlights and all, but I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because he got some speed, bro.
I saw him jumping up. I saw him jumping up the other day when he hit a home run in Lisey.
Just yesterday, bro. The other day.
Yeah. Now, granted, he hit it off one of your uncles in DR, but that's what it is.
Nigga seco, bro.
On God, bro.
Yo, bro.
He pimped that shit too. I was like, okay.
I would pimp a home run too if I hit it off an Uber driver. Bro. I'd be going crazy.
Calling my man Brett the Hitman Beatty.
Yo, no,
let's calm down with the Hitman stuff, bro. Let's calm down. Calm down.
Yo,
Brett Beatty will be at the QBC if anybody's going, by the way. But I don't.
Yo, Warren, you're gonna be out there, bro.
I might be out there. So
I'll pay $10 extra not to meet Brett Beatty. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yes.
Like I'm like, yo, what up? I like nod at him, bro. Like,
I remember at Amazing Day, he was there signing autographs. His line was so short. I felt so bad for that kid. I was like, yo, bro, nobody wants to talk. What are you gonna ask Brett Beatty? Like, honestly, what conversation can you have with this kid?
Why were you so ass? That's what they're gonna ask.
I'd be like, yo,
how does it feel to get your job?
You be going to Dykeman? Like, what do you hang out at, bro? Like,
Yeah, how does it feel to have Mark Vientos take your spot, bro? Like,
Yo,
nah, chill. Mark Vientos ain't taking his spot.
yo,
He had a better season than Mark Vientos.
to see Mark Vientos on
Vientos.
a crazy postseason run, knowing that could have been you. How does it feel, bro?
That's not his fault, bro. Let's be kind. Let's be kind to Brett Beatty.
Like, what's gonna be? Is it Mark Vientos as like the most intriguing, guy on the roster that's gonna be traded, or is it a Senka? It might be Vientos. Like Vientos to me being traded, that's gonna be a big trade. I'm gonna be like, oh, all right.
Yeah, it could get you Luis Robert, bro.
Louis Robert.
It could get you Luis Bob, bro. Right, and mind you, I'm in the camp that's not shaking ass to Luis Robert, but that's what it could get you.
Me too,
bro. Mets get Luis Bob, bro. You won't be shaking ass, bro. Guaranteed.
Yo.
When you see them,
I won't shake ass, but I'll have Stockholm syndrome for sure. Like
flip, they're not seeing the potential.
Oh, now this, bro. Now this.
Flip.
This motherfucker, bro. Sounding like
Back
Charlie
up.
Sheen, bro.
Yo. They not seeing that arm. They're not seeing the speed, that bad speed, like
the 30-30 potential, bro.
What's this now? Intellectual saying that he doesn't think the Mets will or Stearns is gonna allow dudes to play in WC. Dude's already playing in W. They're already.
Yeah, that's already playing, bro. Soto's gonna play in that shit.
Yo, Soto's there, bitch. Lindor's there. These guys are playing, bro.
Diaz is gonna play in there, like.
Diaz ain't on this team right now.
Diaz is not on this team
right now.
But Lindor, he's probably
Lindor is gonna be on that. Yeah, he's gonna be. Yeah, bro. Come on, son. What are you doing?
Yeah. Seeing Lindor against Soto in a DR match is gonna be hilarious.
You're not gonna see that though. You're not gonna see that because the DR and PR they're in different brackets.
Yeah, they're gonna be in different brackets.
There's no way they could play each other.
Unless
if they advance, then yeah.
Yeah, unless PR makes it to the final and DR makes it to finals.
Right.
Yeah, I did see that the Japanese players might not play, like the Otani, Yamamoto.
That's how it was in 2013. DR and PR were in different brackets and they ended up playing.
No, they were in the same group.
Nah,
2013. 2013 they were when they won
in the championship.
Yeah. Everything was a blur.
Mm-hmm.
I low-key wasn't even watching baseball like that year, bro. I was the Mets had me down bad, bro.
I don't blame you, bro.
You motherfuckers are younger than we are, so you had a whack little upbringing.
Yeah, no.
Listen. Yeah, if you're in your 20s, you didn't live to see at least 06. Jesus Christ!
I still remember getting hype every time Scott Hairston Jr. hit a fucking bomb into
Scott Hairston Jr., bro, get the fuck out of here, man.
Yo, I was getting hyped when Bartolo Colon was hitting home runs in San Diego.
No, everybody was. That I think everybody was on board with that. But I think
what? No, that don't count. Everybody.
I was getting hyped when
Let me tell you something, bro.
I was getting
as lit as 2015 was, and I know Flip agrees with me on this shit. 2006 for some reason was just better.
Yo, I was getting hyped when Raymond
2006 when Reyes and them.
Bro, that was one of the best Mets teams ever assembled, bro.
I was getting hyped.
About Mets team,
I was getting hyped when Raymond Castro hit a walk-off home run, bro. Raymond Castro, remember him?
Ramon Castro.
He
used to do mad blow on fucking 111th Street. Shout out to Cafe Rubio. Motherfuckers don't know that. I'm dead ass about that.
Motherfuckers don't know the insides of Ramon Castro, yo.
Yeah, bro. Ramon Castro used to do mad Penko over there on 111.
Ramon on the spot, yo.
I love you, dog.
Yo, bro.
Ramon Castro by the seat.
Man, bro.
Fuck.
Who that?
Ramon Castro, bro.
What kind of fucking uniform he got on?
He got a White
Sox uniform for some reason.
White Sox, bro. You couldn't find.
Yeah, dude was a big blowhead, bro.
Let me see a Met uniform.
That's it, bro. That's it.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over, bro. Joke is over, bro.
That's it, Randy. That's it.
Yeah.
But hey, man. Listen. There's a lot to look forward to in terms. Well, hopefully, tomorrow's a better day.
For real.
Maybe this is where after Stearns kind of spoke to the media and kind of gave his insights on everything, maybe that's he got that out the way, and now it's time to get some deals done. Who knows? Maybe this might be the time where everything gets done after the winter meetings. We'll see what they decide. But yeah, man. Listen, Flip OV, or should I call him Shiesty OV? We appreciate y'all.
Might get transformed out here.
Hey, that's fire, bro. That's fire.
We appreciate y'all.
Nah, he got the supreme.
Hey,
it fits.
Yo,
He looks like a GTA character.
for real, for real.
He really does. Appreciate y'all joining in, man. Appreciate the 1,102 people that are in here.
Yo, we bought the rocket, son.
On a Monday.
Queens baseball, baby. Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang.
So we appreciate that. We appreciate everybody in the comments vibing with us and holding it down. We appreciate that. But yeah, man, this is day 2. I know I put day 1, but it's day 2 of the winter meetings. I know, again, we're looking forward to tomorrow and seeing if everything wakes up and all the deals start happening. But I appreciate y'all. Like I said, once again, this is your boy Dave from Top Bunk Sports. My guy Randy from Randy Talks Mets, and it's another episode of Mets on Top. Catch y'all on the next video. Peace out.
Always Queens baseball.
Queens baseball, baby. Wu-Tang.